Live. Here we go. Ron put us on.
It's always late anyhow. I can't figure out.
That was for the video.
We're on, but we always say the same thing. I'm not sure. Do you have it on your left side or right? This here.
What's that?
The headset. This wire. We need wireless. We need more budget.
I'll talk to the budget guy.
What you do this weekend?
Well, I'm on.
You're on, but why is that frozen right there?
I don't know. But we're on. I mean, look, we're live.
Yeah.
I see it right now.
What you do this weekend? Anything good?
No, not really. I mean, it was kind of low key. I just hung around with the family. Had a swim meet I went to.
So you went to the Peninsula Pool again, didn't you?
I go to the Peninsula Pool a lot, yeah. That's what
What's
you do
your
in the
favorite
summer.
item there to eat? I used to love like the chicken tenders, or what do you got? You like eating ice cream bars?
No, I mean, if I'm eating lunch or dinner at the pool, I usually get like the buffalo chicken wrap. Same thing I get here. It's really good.
Yeah, I need to go by there. We play basketball. I just got to get in the pool. I was in the pool.
What'd you do this weekend? Did you get in the pool this weekend?
Yeah, I got in the pool. I got burned a little bit. I learned my lesson.
Yeah, you got to put sunscreen on.
Yeah, no, that was another subject of topic. Renee has his stuff. Like, we had 10 of them, but one was real white. Like, so I put it on, but I don't know. She said it's really good.
Yeah.
But I just want a wide Tropic 50, whatever it is, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
you just got to.
So then I wiped it off, and I don't think it worked. But my shoulders, it was funny. It was. I just want the old
rub it
school.
in, man. You got to leather it in.
But this is like a new type of product for makes your skin healthier and all that bull crap. But I just want like 50 or 30, or just put a little bit on.
Yeah.
But it was good. The pool was, I heated the pool, which is, everybody says it costs money, but the pool's 86 degrees right now, so you can jump in.
Oh, nice. Yeah, it's probably going to be that might be a little too warm when it starts getting hot out.
Well, I'll change it now, but I had to get in. I got in. That was the thing. I stayed in all day. It was fun. Charlie came over, and then Renee, and then we tried to get some people to come over. It was tough, So
I heard, speaking of this weekend, I saw Denny won a race. I heard you, did you get him a little present or something? I heard you messed up the number. He's won more than 7 races.
Well, first thing is
because you put a 7 on there.
it's always obviously never my fault. So, but
We
Nate
know.
Dogg was supposed to drive with me in the cart. I had the cake, I had the crutches, I had my phone, and I'm trying to hold on, and I think the number dropped on the floor with the numbers.
So did you have the right number or not?
Well, when we got in, Nate didn't tell me that the 5 was in half. So the other 5 was in the golf cart.
So you put a 57 on there, and you arrive, and it didn't have the 5, or the 5 was broken
No,
in
but you
half?
have to make believe at that time. I told Denny, first thing is I got to watch, be careful. I crashed the.
Yeah.
I'll probably start locking the door. His is a real podcast. Ours is too, but he's got 100,000 people watching, and I just kind of barge in, and first thing he says is that get the guy barging in with a crutch. I'm like, really? I'm a little injured right now. So
How did you get down those stairs?
I can get down.
There's a lot. I struggle with those stairs when I
You
went.
do?
Yeah,
I
when
get
that
down.
one time I
It's
went.
a little tricky, but when you have somebody like Nate, Nate's a guy that's worried about himself a lot. I love the guy. But you got to
Clearly.
kind of say, like, hey, Nate, I am walking down the stuff. Just keep an eye if I fall, right?
Yeah.
He's already moving on.
Yeah, he's
But
down.
I
the
went
stairs.
in. It was fun. We had the 57, and it was a good podcast. Actually, I love going down and listening. But the best thing is when Jared asked how they're going to name the thing, and they were going to name it 623. And what do you think 623 would have stood for? 611.
Wait, they're going to name what thing?
1123 was going to be 623.
Okay.
So
Before it was 2311? They were going to, that was it?
well, maybe
Okay.
because Michael won 6 championships.
Got it, okay.
And then Jared sent his zinger out there, like, well, it could have been 023. Like, Denny hasn't won a championship. I'm like, the guy does.
Jared's getting cocky now that he's got a couple other drivers other than just
He
Denny.
flies
Man.
on Denny's plane. I don't understand the whole thing, but I'm a DH supporter at heart. So it was kind of funny how they named
But
him.
Denny just won a hoop group championship, so
And he won the golf guys.
yeah, so all right. So he's got some championships under his belt.
But Jared, I don't know. I love the guy too, but it's just it was interesting when he said 023. Let's just say it that way.
So I got that clip. we'll have to show it to people
Yeah,
here real
yeah,
quick.
we'll show that
Let me
clip.
hit play.
Yeah, go ahead.
Looks like we've got a visitor.
Who is it? Does he have a crutch?
He's got 2. We got 2 visitors here.
Hey, Ron.
What's up?
How's it going? Red Rocks Ron here. If you need some good food in Burkdale.
We got you a cake when we dropped the 5 on the road. So the 5 is supposed to say 57.
Can you all hear this? He says, we got you a cake.
Supposed to say 57.
You're going to try to tell us that you didn't purposely drop the 5 off that cake, Ron?
Completely crushed on the floor of the golf
If
cart.
that says 57, that's your 57th win.
Well, it doesn't say 57.
Well, you have to imagine it says 57.
Okay, we'll imagine that. Thank you.
Well, that was you messed that one up there, Ron. What do you think?
Wow. What I do? What's that?
I mean, the video. We just saw the video.
cake.
We just watched the video, and there's no 5 on there.
Well, maybe 5 was for Kyle Larson, and he wrecked. I mean, Denny said in the thing that something about the window, or Denny needs to look at the window, so maybe Karma just got the 5. Maybe it was 5 for Kyle.
Well, it was a nice gesture of you.
Right. It's all, you know what? We used to have 20 people bring balloons. We used to put on his fence when he went. It's dwindled down to me and
Yeah.
Charlie usually.
You're the guy.
I mean, I just think it's important.
Where'd you get the cake from? Did you make it?
No, we got it at Harris Teeter, and I only ate. I didn't get to eat it. Molly, me and her took a little top of that little top to the cream, but
Before you
it's
delivered
fun to
it?
see your friends winning anything. I mean, I think about, Denny's been saying 11 against the world, and, you kind of did it when you won a game,
Yeah.
which kind of, he backed it up. He won 11 against the world and won, but you kind of pre-did it, and then you didn't win. So, I mean,
Yeah, well.
you don't want to talk about that,
No,
I'm
no.
sure. But, I mean, Charlie's got your number right now, so hopefully next year you can fix that.
Yeah, we'll see. Yeah. I
But
can't argue.
it was a fun day. It was fun to. That's what I did Sunday. I watched the race, and then I did a live video on there because some people couldn't see it, and I just did a live video. It's fun to see. Like I said, it's fun to see any of my friends winning anything. I mean, I was rooting for you in the championship too, as well, because my allegiance to you, and
Yeah.
I put my money where my mouth was. I won the spread.
Yep, you're welcome.
So that was fun, and I think Brent, you were there doing it. I mean, it was a fun game.
So, all right, this weekend, Red Rocks, Father's Day.
Oh, Father's Day, man!
It's
I
coming
tell
up.
you. Yeah.
It's a big weekend for you at Red Rocks, and
I don't
for
think-
all the fathers running around.
Yeah, I don't think fathers get enough credit.
I agree with that.
I mean, why? Like, I know mothers do, but fathers get
I don't know.
credit.
I don't know. It's a thankless job for a mother and a father. You're not in it to get thanked about everything. You're doing it because you love your kids.
And I don't want to. God, this is probably not the right thing to say, but I'll say it in a different way. But come get my, like the credit card. I mean, you supporting the family. What's harder is the mother taking care. I think like your wife does a fabulous job with the kids, and it's a balance. But I think you should get a lot of credit. I mean, for what you do. You know what
fathers, they do a lot. Mothers do a lot. That's why they're celebrated on Mother's Day and Father's Day. But it's a nice gesture to have a day for honoring the mothers and the fathers out there. So maybe a great gift for a father this weekend would be Red Rocks, yeah,
Or Ronnie hat.
or Ronnie hat.
Yeah.
Oh man, you need a dad hat.
Yeah, I should have a dad hat. I
Yeah.
mean, here we go again. This is just
We're
our
a
marketing.
little late. But next year,
Next year.
But our marketing team is, we get there. We'll get there. We went through a few people to get to where we are, but
But hey, we got a sign. What about the sign back here, Ron?
Ronnie hats.
I like that.
Yeah.
Moving on up in the world.
I think the thing is,
I think your marketing team did that.
I just think you should appreciate. My dad passed away 10 years ago, falling down the steps. So, one thing about my dad, he ate here every Father's Day. But you should always just appreciate that last call or that last thing with your mother or dad. And God, has a certain way to, do life. So I'm not sad. I'm sad, but there's
But you
a way.
also remember all the good times you had and the memories and all that. So,
But I should have golfed with him more. You always say you should have done this with him more. And there's some things I wish I would have done more, like golfing. Like he just was, my dad shot like 110, whatever, but he thought he was Tiger Woods every time he'd get to the ball. Like he thought, he was going to hit on the green, so he would take his time.
Yeah.
And
I
get
know,
up
yeah.
again, and then roll it, and then get up again, and
Look, golf's a hard game. I'm that guy too. It's like I don't think there's people up there. I don't want to hit into them, and it's like there's no way I'm hitting into them. So I just will wait, and then when they clear, I hit like 6 or 7 yards. And I'm like, well, I don't know. I just wasted a lot of time there waiting for those people to leave the green. We've all been there.
I think you should be allowed to hit people like one time, like just go and drive into them. I think it would be gave me a lot better.
I think people do that.
I mean,
if
I'm
they're
just saying,
behind
like,
a slow foursome.
Probably see an ambulance now and then. I mean, it'd be like see some fights. It would make you should have a golf course maybe that's what you do. Like
Like a WWF golf course.
Yeah, you can do anything you want. Like if you want to hit into people, you can. If you want to wrestle with them, you can. If you want to yell at them, swear at them, whatever you want to do, you can. Like it could be like where you want to take everything out on somebody, like this golf course.
Like
I don't
a
know what would be
pay-per-view.
the name. Is there any names you'd name it? Like the Hell's Course or something? You know what I mean? Like
I don't know about that, but like you could come up with a cool name for it.
yeah, I think that's what we have to do. Like. Go to the golf course today. Where are you going? No, I'm going to Hell's Golf Course. So what do you do there? Well, we don't know. You might not come back alive.
I mean,
speaking of live, the Netflix series Animal Kingdom. Have you ever watched that?
No.
Have you ever watched it, Brian?
No.
Oh, you got to watch. It's
Was it like Planet Earth or something? Like a
No. It's Smurf, who's like the mafia lady with her 4 kids, and it's really. Think about Netflix, which is good and bad. You used to be able to watch it every Wednesday at 7 o'clock, say, right? You missed them, right? But now you can watch every episode, and it's pretty intense. Like you can watch the whole series. But Animal Kingdom would mind me of something of that golf course. I mean, it'd be they would definitely, the brothers would be on that golf course. You get a chance, watch it. I would definitely watch that show.
I'll check it out. I'm not a big binger. I can't sit around and watch a show for like 3 or 4 hours.
What about basketball? You watch the whole basketball game?
No, I don't watch a whole basketball. I used to. I don't do anymore. I'll tune in for like the second half, or I'll watch like the first quarter and the fourth quarter or the third quarter.
Do you think Chris Scott, when he says, "I'm not watching in the car," but he's definitely keeping track of the score?
Yeah, he is. Yeah, for sure.
Huh?
Yeah, he definitely.
Yeah,
is.
because he always says, "I'm not watching." That's his big.
That's
That's
like
his big.
That's his go-to line.
Yeah, like I'm not watching. He probably knew the score when I texted him the other night.
Because he's always live betting too.
Well, what about tonight? Like, what do you think?
I mean, so here's the thing: if you're hearing this on CW, we're probably going to be wrong on Saturday. You're going to be like, those guys are way off. But if you're listening right now, on Wednesday, Indiana's 5.5 point underdogs. I kind of like Indiana. I'm thinking Indiana money line.
I think they shoot very well at home. Halliburton plays a lot better at home, and they got a good crowd. I think that, damn role players for Oklahoma City, you don't know if it's Wiggins is going to come out and hit 20 points, or, they got so many players, and their defense.
Yeah.
Like you did that in Hoop Group. You had a good defense.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't be surprised if they won, but I don't know. What do you think, Brent? You even follow this stuff.
I lost complete interest this year in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just none.
My interest in the NBA has kind of waned quite a bit over the last few years. It's going to be interesting to see what happens in college basketball too, because I used to love college basketball, but with all these players transferring and moving, it's just making it kind of hard to keep up with. I used to watch players at Duke because I hate Duke, and you would hate them for 3 or 4 years. Now they're like there for 3 months and they're gone.
But NBA, they kind of like I tried to call SGA today and see if I can get him on the podcast, but he was sleeping. Jay White probably has his number. Though.
He does.
I got it from him. Yeah.
Jay White picked up his phone when you called him.
Yeah. So, but I think the SGA is more. I said it last podcast. He's a great player. He goes in and out, knows how to play defense. Kind of doesn't run up and down. Very quiet on the court. Like just scores. He's amazing.
Yeah, he's good. But Halliburton and Siakam. That's a good team. I've kind of like hated on the Pacers all playoffs, but to be honest, they're never out of it. So I kind of do. I think I like the money line tonight on the Pacers. So don't bet on that.
Yeah, I would bet. Yeah, whatever we could ask what Chris Scott likes, because that's always. I just take the opposite of them.
U.S. Opens this weekend too.
Oh man, that's good. You know what? I played there at Oklahoma, and I grew up in Pittsburgh. And I'm telling you, that rough, if you get in rough like a guy like me, I can't get out. It's impossible. It's so thick.
Don't hit it in the rough.
Well, that's not easy to say. When you're a 20 handicapper, you hit everywhere. But when I played there, I was probably a 10 handicapper. I probably shot 95, but we played front tees. But yeah, it's probably not set up like this weekend, but it's still, when you're in the rough. Carmel Country Club used to have that. When you get a ball in the rough, you can't find it.
Yeah. I've played like that. I've played a couple places like that, and you're like, I know it's here somewhere. You're like right in the area, but it's gone.
Well, I remember I was with golf guys, and Ricky and Tom Norwood and those guys. They're so good. It's good and bad to play with good people, because the problem is when you're bad, you're a little bit further back. And my ball, nobody would really help me look for my ball. I mean, not on purpose, but they're way up there, and I'm trying to find my ball at Old Statesville.
Yeah.
Or Old North State. It's Austin Dillon plays out there, but I hit it in that rough, man. You'd be like looking for it. So I think they should have like where you can find your ball. But then you want it, so bad you just want it because nobody's helping you look for your ball. You want to just take one out of your pocket and throw it down.
That is a pet peeve of mine. When people don't help you look for your ball, you're like, or the guys who are like, yeah, just you go look, I'll go look for mine. It's like, do you just mind spending like 20 seconds helping me look?
Well, they're 3 handicap, Ricky's a 5 handicap, Tom's an 8 handicap. I did like 8. Nobody really wants to play with me either because you got that problem. You know what I mean? And then it's it was 100 degrees that day, and it's hotter than hell, and I'm like, I'm ready to die anyhow.
Yeah.
And then you're trying to find your ball, and you're just like, oh man, I want to drop one up, but you can't. And it was fun, but that's how it's going to be at Oakmont. I mean, if they didn't have people. I think the thing about the pros, they get lucky a little bit because the fans mat stuff down, and like we don't have that luxury.
No, I don't.
And somebody to find your ball right away. They're going to they bring the flag over where the ball is. It's going to be interesting. But
who you got someone you like this weekend?
Well, I did DraftKings, and I listened to Golf Channel to pick my DraftKings lineup. So I have. DeChambeau, which I think is really, really good.
Defending champion.
Then Corey Connors, because of the one guy that's hurt on the tour right now, said that he really liked Corey Connors and Bradley because they hit the ball so straight, and he liked them. And Fleetwood, that's who he liked. So I was like, he plays with them. Probably listen to him.
Fleetwood plus 4,000 to win.
Yeah.
Aberg's plus 3,000.
Right. Yeah. But I put on my DraftKings lineup. But I end up changing a little bit. Like I don't know. I mean, do you think Scheffler wins again?
It's hard to say no. I mean, he's so good. I mean, but I could see. I mean, I kind of like Aberg this weekend.
They just got to hit the fairway. I don't know when I used to bet on Aberg, and if you do it, last year he was number 1 in the tour in par 3 play, and you need to look at for like who is number 1 in par 3 play. So you get a guy like that, and you just take Ahlberg on all the par 3s because you could bet live holes.
Yeah. And
Ahlberg, he hits a lot of greens. On his par 3 play last year was exceptional. So I think holes like that, like. What would you hit at a 289 par 3? Can you get it to the green? 289?
289?
That par 3, number 8,
no.
290 yards.
No, I'd hit my driver.
Well, there I'd probably hit a layup. Like I'd probably hit a 3-wood or 5-wood.
I'd hit my driver and lay it up, yeah.
220 yards, and then just try to hit a...
Yeah, that's how I hit my driver.
I mean, I don't know. It's interesting. But I did listen to Rahm say something about... They were talking about the big greens, and he goes... I equated a big green to having like a big house. He goes, look, when you have a big house, you don't use a lot of the rooms. He goes, so I don't even think, when they talk about the big greens, I don't even think about it. I just think about the house size is smaller wherever the pin is. I thought that was a pretty interesting analogy.
That is.
But I think if you're playing good, you're going to play good. And I think if you have Scheffler has a good temperament, so you're not throwing your club around and getting all mad like Rahm used to do. You know what I mean? Like you have to have a good temperament.
Can't be like that. I mean, you're going to be out of the game mentally. I know, speaking from experience, that getting angry on the golf course does nothing but screw you up pretty bad.
Speaking of golf course, and relating to basketball, how many technicals do you have the last 2 years?
0.
That's what I'm saying. You're a commenter type of guy.
Gotta be.
And how many do you think Michael Scott, Cliff, and Nate had?
Combined? 42.
Yeah, I mean they're getting up,
Yeah.
But they're good basketball players.
Yeah.
But they get all excited.
I mean, that could take you out of the game right there.
Just so you know, that happened on Denny's show this ring. I don't know if you saw that piece. Did you see that?
I did see that.
And Denny goes,
He's
"Does
like,
this-"
Ron,
Well,
really?
I know. Well, it's like it's pretty commonplace on this podcast. For that noise
Travis is awesome, by the way. He is amazing. And Travis goes, "This isn't Table Talk podcast."
Well,
I mean,
there you go.
But I felt bad. Then I felt bad about just walking in because I was so happy to do that. And then, then they have a Fanatics. You hear about the Fanatics thing that he's getting?
No.
Oh, how about this one? So you have to look it up. And I don't know all the sports, but one is hitting a punching bag. You can do. One is shooting from 3-pointers. I mean, it's against Tyreek Hill, Tom Brady. Like, there's William Byron's going to be in it. There's 40 athletes that are doing it. Shoot a hockey puck.
Yeah, they kind of picked like
Soccer ball.
8 major sports. So like you have to pitch. So who's the most accurate and the fastest, and then 3-point shooting contest, hole-in-one contest are closest.
So
to the
athletes
pin.
who don't play that sport, a bunch of different athletes.
And you get to get rid of 2.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
they have
you're-
a walk-in too. So Denny was talking about how he was doing his walk-in. You know, how you walk into the event. That's one of his. But you get to drop 2. I don't know what the other. I think the soccer, like.
What are the athletes? What sports are they from? Obviously NASCAR.
I think it's everything. Yeah,
Well,
I think baseball
why don't you
players,
look it up?
You get
hockey
a-
players.
So, like, if you're a basketball player, you get to participate in the 3-point shooting contest against everyone as well.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, Tom Brady's. I see. This is what I'm confused about.
Well, they're all
LeBron
gonna win. They're
James
gonna win
is
their
showing-
sports.
I think LeBron James is showing up and not doing that. Like, I think there's only 50 athletes that are doing it. But if you look it up, can you go on your computer?
Yeah.
And look up Fanatics, and you see the number of athletes are coming.
What's
But-
it called?
Fanatics. Fanatics New York. Just
Yeah,
about.
$2 million in prizes. Going to be in New York. So there's a quarterback skill around the world as a basketball. It's not just 3-point. Soccer, goal scoring, pitching for baseball, hockey. Yeah, your WWE entrance, striking challenge for UFC, and then closest to the pin for golf.
Yeah.
So, are these all the people participating right here?
I
on this
don't know if
screen?
they're all participating. They're there. I think they're there. They're
I
obviously
know
probably
over
getting.
200 more names announced. Okay.
So I think some of them are just showing up. Denny's doing his event on Friday.
Okay.
So I know that. Obviously, I might go to New York. I'm just not sure if I'll be able to go to the event, but
Yeah. Okay. William Byron, Denny.
he wants to beat him.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like
Say like
Kevin Hart and a few others.
like Denny.
Bryce Young's in it.
A lot of people don't believe me. Like I want you to be interested to see your high school yearbook. So when you bring my high school yearbook, you're going to see a picture of me playing tennis team. You're going to see a picture of me playing on the golf team. You're going to see a picture of me playing on the bowling team. You're going to see a picture of me playing on the baseball team. You're going to see a picture of me playing like 8 sports. So hockey, I was a great hockey player. So a lot of that stuff I played, when I was a kid. How
Yeah.
many sports did you play? Could you do them all?
Yeah. Well, no. I played basketball and soccer. I mean, I played baseball a
Could you
little
do
bit.
a hockey stick, you think? A hockey?
I mean, no, it wasn't great. I mean, I played street hockey like with my friends and stuff on rollerblades, but that was I didn't go ice skating or do any of that. So, but I played baseball like when I was younger, but then I fell in love with basketball and soccer, so I just took to those two. I should have played more golf. I played golf when I was like 10, 11, and 12, and then I just stopped.
I was on the golf team. I'll never forget my coach. What's his name? First hole, Fallen Timber Country Club. I hit a lot of bounce to the right. And then I hit a lot of bounce to the right again. And I hit a lot of bounce to the right again. So I'm like hitting 7.
You got cut.
And I'll never forget him coming up because if there's 18th, if you just hit left, you're not going to be out of bounds, right? And he goes, if you don't hit anything, if you hit it there again, you're going to be cut next week. You're not going to play. And so I never forget. I'm like 17 years old, and we were like I don't want to say we were middle class kids. I had like a 1, 3, 5, 7, 9 pitch and wedge, driver, 3-wood. Like we didn't have, like, and then eventually Mr. Cam, who owned an oil company, he bought us all clubs, but we would literally, I would shoot like 40 with these clubs. Like, and it really taught you because when I got a little better, you could choke down on a club. So 5-iron, you can make a 6-iron by choking down an inch, and that takes 10 yards off your club. But yeah, I think it would be interesting. I think I could do them all. Obviously not at my age, but I think I could do a lot of those sports, but not. I think if he could finish out of 50, if he could finish, 35?
Well, it says there's 200 athletes in it.
But I don't think 200 are playing, but I'm not sure. I'm still not sure.
Oh, well.
I think 200 athletes are going because some are just doing appearances.
Got it. Okay. Cooper Flag.
Oh, Cooper Flag's there?
I mean, from the homepage here, some big-time
who
athletes
do you think
on
in
there.
that picture there would be better? Who would you take?
Well, they got LeBron in the middle, so it depends on the sport. Like,
but all around, do you think LeBron played, baseball?
yeah, I think like,
Tom Brady?
is Travis Hunter in this? I'd probably take him.
Yeah,
my
remember hockey and that you'd have to play, like you'd have to.
Yeah, I think they could. I think.
But I
Travis
think
Hunter.
you could drop hockey. There's 10 events you can drop 2. So you might drop something.
I'm
It's
gonna take.
weird.
Yeah, I'm taking. I'm Bryce Young. He's gonna win it.
But I do think that you should, I think you guys, we'd have fun with it if we could do like the hoop group and have some type of deal
Yeah.
like that. It'd be fun to do. I think it'd be fun. But that's what they're doing next weekend, and I may go up. I haven't decided yet.
It's a good time of year to go to New York.
And the big news happened yesterday.
What?
2 days ago, maybe 3 days ago.
Maybe 4.
You don't know the big news. The biggest news of all time. Probably the best day of the Pittsburgh Steelers franchise.
Oh,
Aaron Rodgers.
Mason Rudolph. Oh,
He's with
Jeez.
the Steelers. I mean,
I know that. But
No,
why
I
is
know.
that? I thought you're a Mason Rudolph fan.
I am, but I think he's going to be
He'll be a good backup to Mason. Aaron Rodgers.
I think he's going to train him how to, there's some things that Aaron can do. Like, I think it would be good for both of them.
Yeah, I mean, so as a Steeler fan, what's your thoughts? You excited? You nervous?
Well, now,
You-
there's always one autograph I want to get. So it's Aaron and T.J. Watt, and I have Mason. So
yeah.
that's what I think. But I think there would be a lot. They don't want to turn the ball over. The Pittsburgh Steelers like to
No
run the
team
ball.
wants to do that. No team wants to turn the ball over.
I know, but the Steelers really, you get.
Well, let's look at what's the futures for them. All right, over under on wins. You're going to go.
Well, they've won 8.5 games every year, or so I would say I'd say 9 wins.
Okay, so let's take a look here. Steelers, where you at? Steelers, I'm seeing 8.5. So you feeling pretty confident now? Over.
I would say over. Yeah.
All right, over 8.5 wins. So you think the Steelers? I don't know. I'll take the under.
Well, that means they'll probably win a lot of games.
You're welcome. Yeah, I helped you out there. Right there.
No, I mean they've always won 8.5, 9. They've always been over. But I would, to be honest with you, if you do what Cincinnati does, lose every year, a lot, and then next thing you know, you get if you have a good guy that picks, they pick Burrow, they pick Chase, they pick T. Higgins, you get, pick third. The Panthers, that's the problem. We lose all these games, so we don't really.
You're a Steeler fan.
Yeah.
Hey, so I wanted to say though, I saw the Seth Curry shouting out Red Rocks on Instagram.
Well,
What are your thoughts on that? While you finish that text up?
I'm texting him right now.
Oh, okay. So I saw. So yesterday, for those who don't know, the Hornets put out a social media post and said, "What's your favorite spot to eat locally?" And it had each player with their answer. And Seth Curry shouted out Red Rocks.
He's been the whole family has been eating there at Red Rocks in South Park, 4223 Providence Road. They've been eating there since they were kids.
Yeah, I think that if you're watching today on CW, I would go to Red Rocks this afternoon or tonight, and you might see Seth, Steph, and Dell there. It's a good
It's
chance.
happened, no doubts. I mean, they eat here. I mean, all the kids. I mean, they're great, and they're so humble when I see them at the game, and to be humble and to do what they do. But it was nice to see that he recognized us.
Yeah.
We really need to get. I think I want to try next week or the following week because it'd be easier for Seth or Williams, or who was I talking about coming on?
John Beeson?
John Beeson was supposed to be on.
Jay Stu?
Huh?
Jay Stu?
Jay Stu, because they live near there. So see if I get Jonathan to come.
I think that you guys should be reposting Seth Curry talking about Red Rocks on Red Rocks.
Brent, you can help me with that. I couldn't figure out how to do it. I'm just not good at
No,
that.
you would just take the. I mean, there's a couple ways you could do it, but yeah, I take advantage of that, man. That was free marketing right there, courtesy of Seth Curry.
We
You eat a Red Rocks, you could be an NBA player, basically. I mean, that's what your meals
Well,
provide.
I mean, no, like people don't realize what I used to do back in the day with my partner John. But all the NBA players eat at Red Rocks, and all the football. I mean, the coach eats at Red Rocks. And there's Michelle. We haven't seen her in a while. We want some tuna nachos.
I was actually at a restaurant the other day, and I was surprised how expensive the filet mignon was. Why is this meat prices? What's going on here, Ron?
The cows.
Help us out.
It just never went down. It's $38, $40 a pound right now for beef. So if you take 8 ounces, if you want to put 8 ounces, $20 a piece. I mean, for a stupid fillet, and to say you overcook one, then you're done. It's just a beef market. I don't really know. Even the chicken market's up a little bit, but chickens are like $4 a pound, and beef is 35 to 40 a pound. So it goes in. I don't know, but it never went down. It used to be 20. We talked about it that one time. Salmon used to be 3.
Talk about the fish, but the meat, like
Yeah, same thing. Ribeyes are 25 a pound. Do you guys go? You go to the grocery store?
yes, I have.
I mean, I'm not saying that, but do you get meat? Do you see how much it is?
Yeah, it's cheaper. Yeah, I mean, certain cuts are.
Now, what do you think
want
if the meat is red versus it's
brown?
Brown. Which one would you rather have?
Is this a trick question?
Kinda.
Well, I would want the red one, but I'm guessing that might not be right.
Well, see what Outback used to do. So aging beef, most places, steakhouses.
Yeah, if
And
it's
us.
aged though, you would know. It would say aged.
Well, 35 days, but a grocery store a lot of times sells it in 21 days. So that's why you get more of a red. So you can age beef up to like 60 days. So if you buy a piece of meat,
you can put a piece of meat in your refrigerator for 60 days.
probably 60, yeah.
Really?
I depending on the refrigeration, if it was wrapped. I mean, obviously cryovac, 50, 60 days. Yeah, but what I say to my chefs sometimes, it's okay if we overorder steaks because they're going to age, okay? So that's a big part of.
What's do you guys do like a dry aged anything?
No, we never thought it'd be a steak. The biggest advantage, like a Steak 48, Ritz, Ruth Chris, those places have a broiler. Have you ever seen a broiler?
No, I don't think
They
so.
have at the country club. You have a chance to look at it, but it's basically this and this. It cooks from the bottom and top. So your steak will cook a little faster. So that's why
yes. Yeah,
we have a broiler.
Yeah.
Problem with the broiler is you get a 14-ounce steak or anything, it takes a lot longer to cook. That's why when, Ruth Chris is really good. They have those.
They
heat
do like
flames.
they sear it, right? Yeah.
But at the same time, our chocolate chip cookies are better than anybody's
I agree with that.
because we put them in the convection oven. It's 8 minutes at 350
Don't give away your
degrees.
secrets.
Huh?
Don't give away your secrets.
Well, I know, but it's a convection oven. What I'm saying at home, when you have both sides on, it makes them, they're not.
You guys got some good cookies here. I'll give you that.
Well, thanks.
You're
Hopefully we have
welcome.
other
They're
stuff.
really good. I mean, you have a lot of other stuff, but
I mean, food cooking is, like when I cooked back in the day a lot, it's just, following a recipe. So, I mean, a lot of times when people cook, they don't really follow the recipe. They don't put an ounce of stuff, they'll put 2 ounces, or they just use their hands, and it can throw off the recipe.
so you're saying not to guesstimate your
No, I think you should follow the recipe. The big thing is heating and temperature, and that's a big deal. Like if it says 350 degrees for 25 minutes, like I'll give you an example. Our cookies, when they're 8 minutes at 350 degrees, they are the best cookie in the world. But if you cook them at 400 degrees for 8 minutes, they're hard.
Well, what if you do 400 for 6 minutes?
I don't know. I wouldn't do that. That's not what I would do. But you might get the same result. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
But I'm saying that
But
you have to look
tested it. It's tried and true. You know the recipe. You stick with it.
right, and that's
Yeah.
the problem with our being, when you have a multiple of people, then you have to make sure that you manage them.
I'm excited about. You want to pivot here?
Yeah, sure.
What's happening with our Table Talk 500?
That's going to be a Jay Wade thing. I don't know, Steph, and I really got to think about that. I mean, here we go again. It's work off work and trying to figure out how to really get those guys to want to do it. Now, I told Steph I'd give $1,000 cash, which probably isn't a lot, but if we can get 10 guys at the Motorplex, and we know Stefan would do it. We know certain drivers will do it. Alex Presley will do it.
Kush said he'll do it.
Kush will do it.
Chris Scott said
he'll
do it. Chris Scott.
I think we just need to pick a date. Just make it happen.
I'm hosting with you.
Yeah.
I can't race.
Yeah, but
unless you mic me up in the car, then I'll do it from the
We can do that.
I'll do it from the go kart. Yeah. Yeah. So I'm racing. I'm in.
Well, I think we could. We'll just. Yeah, I want to do it. I want to do. I think now the Ronnie Awards should be the best of the people that came to our show. Like, what's the best moment we had? You know what I mean? Versus who I think is a
good friend.
Right.
Well,
I think you do both.
Yeah. I think you have different categories for the Ronnie Awards, right? And so you would have the best guest, best episode, combined. And then
I think one thing I want to see, I see Ronnie hats in the background, like we should get a guest name a hat. Like Cheapskate is being made, okay? That's going to be
Chris
the next
Scott's.
hat. And we got, thanks to Brent and Chrissy and you, we got the website. We're starting to roll. We're going to have some more pictures. And I think...
I heard you made a sell last week.
Deb's on there. She's on there now.
Hey, I heard you made a sell.
She bought it. And because I said she's always on her thing, I just refunded her the money because I didn't feel like she should pay for buying one. But, yeah, we sold one. We're going to probably sell some more. I mean, it's Ronnie hats. This pink one just came out. I mean... The ladies
I didn't
love
see that.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Oh, it's good. Is that the one that was purchased?
Yeah. Yep.
Only 2 left. Get them now.
Yeah, we have.
Before they sell out.
We've sold, we've sold some. We didn't know now we know how to ship them. And if you ever get on Shopify, it's kind of crazy if you all want to start your own business. There's a lot of different things like Renee, who's really good. I mean, I just say, hey, can you go mail the hat, right? Well, she went and mailed the hat. She FedExed the damn thing. It was $20. Like, she didn't
She's
say anything else.
They want it by tomorrow at 10 a.m., right?
Yeah.
So I'm like,
free shipping.
I'm like, okay, the hat, we charged $25. The hat cost me whatever. Plus they charged me Shopify. I'm like, I lost money.
Well, you're gonna need more than one sell.
Well, we know how to do it. Shopify actually gives you a tracking. I know how to do it now. I've learned a lot within the last 2 days of how to build that company. But
yeah, it's growing. How many website visitors we got now, Brent?
Oh, let me take a look.
I think we're up to like 150.
I think if we get more hat selection, we'll sell more hats. But I think the Cheapskate hat's going to be coming soon. We talked about the one hat that you guys really didn't want me to do, so I didn't.
Oh, you could do it. You just asked me if I would wear it. I said no. But
Doggy style.
Visits are up 219%.
Oh, we're moving on up.
Wow. Wow. Michelle, have you been on RonnieHats.com?
No, but I've been on your Table Talk.
Okay.
I follow you.
Okay.
RonnieHats.com. Check it out.
That's a lot of food right there, man. That's the best value.
What do we
put
got
it out
here?
here in the middle. It's tuna nachos.
Tuna nachos.
Have you ever had them?
They're yummy.
I have before, yeah. I'm not going to eat them right now, but I'll try one
That's
after
probably
the
the
show.
floor sample anyhow.
Oh.
So the other thing is, how about when you pivoting back to the race, because I see Travis is on here.
Yep.
They do that Ohio thing. Is that funny? He did that when he won, like.
It would, yeah. I mean, he was in Michigan, right?
Right.
Yeah, it's pretty funny. If you want to troll him, yeah.
Fans. He did it in Texas. He put horns down. Like, eventually, he got to be careful. You wonder if they really care. Like, I want to know if those people won't buy a shirt or hate him or. You know.
I mean, look, there's probably no because they may not, but he's also going to get all the Ohio State fans very excited. In Texas, he's probably got all the Oklahoma fans excited. All the school's rivals. Now, he won't be able to appeal to every school because he did the horns down in the OH, but he's going to lose Michigan and
But Charlie
Texas.
and him really started that whole thing, with Ohio State. And obviously they won the national championship last year. And, now, the funniest thing is that they're all Cincinnati fans. And now we have Jack Sawyer and we have Will Howard. And they're like, what are you going to do? But they said, well, we're not rooting for the Steelers. I'm like, we have two of the best players on their team.
Yeah, those
Does
guys
that
were.
factor into who you like or not? If you went to school somewhere, do you like a team or not?
Let's see. I would say, yeah, I would. I mean, I'm not going to cheer for the team. I'm cheer for the player.
Bryce Young went to Alabama, right? So
Right.
do you think that people vote for the Hornets or root for the Hornets because
The Panthers. Yeah, I would assume so. Yeah. I mean, Alabama's a different situation. They don't have an NFL team, so they probably cheer for all their players.
But they were an NFL team before NAL. They got paid.
I mean, so this is where it gets tricky for me. If let's say we would have got Cooper Flagg for the Hornets, I would have a hard time cheering for a Duke player. But I would do it because I like my NBA team. So there's a little process of getting used to cheering for, and it's different now because these guys are only there for a year, so you don't grow to hate them as much. College football is different because they have to stay 3 years. But let's say back in the day, if the Hornets would have drafted Shane Battier or like Wojciechowski or someone that I despised at Duke, it would have been hard to cheer for him. But having said that, I'm friendly with Gerald Henderson. He was a Hornets player. Hey, right. Gerald, I cheered for you, man. Just want you to know that.
You got to get him on the podcast, dude.
Yeah, Gerald, this is your moment to shine. But we could talk Duke and Carolina. You say you don't like talking Duke and Carolina.
Well, I do. I'm a Duke fan. I was
what?
When I was a kid, I played Spinarcle. And
no one's a Duke fan.
Like, just so you know, we had a 6-foot rim or something when I used to slam the ball. I don't know. But I always was Spinarcle, and that was so long. I don't even know who the guy was now. But I was always him. I mean, I was
Spinarcle?
Yeah, look him up. Hey, I was him. He was for Duke. Brad, look him up. He played for Duke. But, I was a Duke fan because in Pittsburgh, I was Pitt and Duke. They always showed the Duke games. And Pitt, we had Sam Clancy, who was a big guy who could play football.
Jim Spinarcle?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so yeah.
Yeah, that was me.
Okay, so he played at Duke.
What year?
75 to 79.
75 yeah.
79, dude. But it's 75.
How did you not know who he was?
Yeah.
Look,
I was only 13 years
but
away.
Think
from
about
being
this.
born.
I was him though. Like, you know what I mean? Like, we would play in this 5-foot rim or 6-foot rim, and that's who I was. I was Jim Spinarcle.
What was his game like? Was he like
He was good.
just layups?
I mean, he was
A lot of layups?
No,
He could shoot it?
Yeah, he could do everything. I mean, Duke has been good for a long time. Carolina is suspect good a long time. I mean,
Carolina's been better than Duke for as long as they've been a program.
how many championships does Duke have, and how many does North Carolina have?
Carolina has at least 6 or 7.
Okay, hey Brent, if you can look this up, what was Duke's SAT scores
that
on the
doesn't
basketball
matter.
team?
Oh my God!
No, it does matter because the
That
problem
does
was
not
back in
matter.
the day, Duke you had to be 1,200 SAT score to play on their basketball team, and Carolina you were allowed to be an 800. That's definitely a factor.
That's not true at all.
That is, you want to bet that was one of the things they changed.
So North Carolina has 6 championships. Duke has 5.
Cool.
And,
so what's
what-
more? What's more, 6 or 5?
Okay, but
All right,
what's
so
the
6 is
average
more.
SAT score
Why does
in
that matter?
1980 for Duke and
Well,
Carolina?
1980 is the most
When
irrelevant.
the SAT test
This
was
is the
taken
most
on a
irrelevant.
Wednesday.
This is the
Just
most
to be fair,
irrelevant stat ever.
Can you look that up? Just look it up.
That doesn't
SAT
even matter.
score
In
Yes, it
1980.
did matter. Because anybody could go to Carolina back in the day. You could
That's
not
not
play on-
true. Carolina has academic standards.
I'm saying our football team. Imagine, I think I was 12. But I'm kind of smart. But it's different than I think SAT score is stupid anyhow.
Okay.
I got to Indiana, Bloomington. It's hard. I was out of skate, so I went to IU in Bloomington for 1 year because my dad got laid off. And it was a lot of money to go to IU. My sister went to Cincinnati, but I think it's what did you check it out, Brett? SAT scores?
They
SAT
don't. No, they don't have
score
stats
for what?
For
Just
Duke basketball in 1980.
Yeah, you had to be a certain level of a score back then.
Okay, but you had to do that at Carolina. All these schools had that.
And they were lower at North Carolina. That is a true fact.
Okay,
It doesn't matter.
it doesn't matter. what matters is what happened on the basketball court, and Duke players
You had
just weren't.
6, we had 5.
And Dean Smith was a much better coach than Coach K, so he outcoached him every game.
What? That's not. They had, you know what he coached? The only thing he coached that I liked was, because I played it, I got lucky because when I was a kid, I was in double A. And if you don't know what double A means, there's not a lot of kids, right? So a guy like me can play. Then we went to triple A. Then then you get better kids. Then it went to quad A. And quad A, I wouldn't be able to play in quad A because you have too many kids. But the four corners, I remember that was my specialty. Like we'd play number 1 Stowe Rocks or Northgate or Seton LaSalle. Then we go Herbert. That's Jack Burek was our coach. And by the way, Chris Scott, my favorite coach, and I could shot him up. He would go, "Hey, can you give me a bet in on the Penn Brown game?" This is my basketball coach. No shit. I said, "Sure, I'll get a bet in for you." So
you were in high school
high
posting bets
school.
for your coach?
I swear to God. I swear. I swear. I'll never forget. It was an Ivy League. He couldn't get in, so I got a bet in for him. But I would say, Herbert, you're going to play four corners. We played like number 1, number 2, number 3. We would play all these schools. They would love to play us because we'd almost get blown out. What did you find out, Brent?
So I did find they did say the average GPA and SAT score for UNC and Duke is higher on both of them.
Yeah, no doubts.
Yeah.
So
now-
Duke is
all
a
right.
smart.
All right, so then let's look up the amount of.
For their basketball team, even specific.
Okay, so now we're going to look at the wins versus Duke versus North Carolina.
I know that, but I'm saying is
So grades don't give you championships.
No, they don't. No,
I
believe it or
know.
not.
I know
So why are you going there to win a championship or get better grades?
Well, I know this because it's a.
You
fact.
could get a good.
It
You
is
could
a
get.
fact.
Hey, look, and I'm not disagreeing. Duke is a very prestigious school. I would love for my kids to go to Duke and get into Duke, no doubt. But Carolina
I'm going
is
to
as
make
well.
sure you don't get your kids in there. I'm going to give it. No, you can't go. You can't have a kid. Your dad roots for North Carolina and go to Duke.
If my kids are trying to be academically successful in life, in school, college,
We'll see.
my allegiance to Carolina basketball won't matter. If they're going to Duke, they got into Duke University. Yeah, I mean, I would say, and if they got into Carolina, I would say maybe let's choose
Well, we could
wisely
argue-
here. But
We could argue this, but next show I will just show you where Duke lowered their SAT requirements to play on their football team. Maybe it was like 4 years ago, so that they could have a better football
here
team.
you go. The NCAA no longer requires SAT or ACT scores for initial eligibility in Division I
What year was that?
doing basketball. This change was implemented in January 2023 and
Right,
applies to
so-
students who are entering college for
It was no doubts a factor, and it's part of my IQ. You know what I mean? Knowing a little bit of everything.
Hold on,
you
but
know?
instead they focus on academic eligibility requirements, including core course GPA and graduation. So all you got to do now is graduate from high school and have a certain GPA.
I think most colleges since COVID has kind of gone away from SATs.
Have they really?
Yeah.
Well, look, Carolina's been great. They got Michael Jordan. I think you back then, like when I saw Rick Pitino say yesterday, he's not going to have any high school kids on his team. Like he's not having one high school kid.
You mean like freshmen, like incoming freshmen?
Coming in.
Yeah,
He
he
said,
wants to do the transfer portal.
And you know what? The LSU coach ate here 3 weeks ago. We need to get him on the podcast. He's a really good guy. And he said he'd come on. Well, you need to call him in when we get college. I'll see if Nate can get that set up. But he was saying the same thing. It's changed. All of his kids that are playing for LSU this year, and you can look it up maybe later, we'll look it up, but 22 years old is the average age, where it used to be 19. The kids are older. It's a different game. In college basketball, it's going to change. I think exactly what we said earlier. It's hard. Who do you have in North Carolina this year? You know?
I forget. No, I know, but they've
Who's
got
your best
like
player? Do you know your best player this year?
this year will probably be Seth Trimble or they got the guy. That's the thing. They got a guy from Arizona that transferred in who's really good, the center. But they lost who would have probably been there. Two guys of the freshmen that transferred out, and one went to the draft. One transferred to St. John's, Patina, would have been our best players, Drake Powell and Ian Jackson, but they're gone. So, I mean, they got Seth Trimble. It's just hard. I mean, there's so much turnover now,
Yeah, you're pretty much getting a player for a year.
Yeah.
So you might as well combine as many people as you can, and the next year you're going to start all over.
Yep.
Well, we're going to pivot a little bit here because I got to compliment Chris Scott a little bit and you because I got on Coinbase.
Oh, yeah?
I've been buying Bitcoin,
Yep.
and it's amazing. It's 110,000 now. Or
Yeah.
100 It's
Well, Jeff Mack was on that on one of our episodes talking about it as well.
I've been watching my Coinbase account grow and grow. So we'll see what happens down the road. But I was excited. What about so Kyle? So you guys are in the car business, right? You help marketing for mostly car businesses, right?
Yep.
So has the tariffs affected car pricing yet or not?
A little bit, but not really. I mean, it's definitely on the forefront of every dealer's mind. It's helped, I think, some of the Fords of the world, but I think with all these restrictions, like the stuff's getting delayed, it gets pushed back, 90-day push, 90-day push. So, I mean, it's been a hot topic, but it hasn't really affected it that much. I mean, if anything, they're going to they've seen their used car sales go up quite a bit, but it hasn't really been the detriment we thought it would yet.
I buy a lot of stuff on Amazon. I haven't seen anything go up a lot. The problem is the inventory you have now. It happened with Ecolab, and this is not a good shout out to Ecolab, but they raised all their pricing 5%, and they're really there's not a lot of competition. So when the president says we have to raise everything 5%, and I really want to know if they really got tariffed or not. Like how do you, I want to like with U.S. Food we do everything off invoice. So whatever we buy it in, we have a certain markup. But there, how do we know it went up? Like I think that's what people are doing too, don't you?
Yeah, I would think so. Yeah, but I mean, it's just it depends on the products, and you might notice it might be one of those things where you just don't really even notice. I mean, it might be up like a few dollars and you don't even realize it. I mean, but I don't know. This is Chris Scott's wheelhouse. We have to ask him. But I don't know if it's going to really impact us for right now. I think it's going to be more coming down the line if things go through. But everything's been paused or delayed, or I know there was a court case recently, right? They said they couldn't push it through, but I'm not the global trade expert here.
No, I know. I just knew your car. I didn't know.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's, like I said, our Ford dealers have been pushing employee pricing because they have parts and stuff that are made here in America, in Detroit. So they've kind of been playing it the other way, support America.
Right. I'm thinking about buying a new car, so we'll see what happens. Hopefully, the next few weeks.
Get you an American-made one this time.
I doubt that, but
okay.
But I would. I mean, I just like the Range Rover. I just like it. I can get in and out. I like the car.
Well, Ford has those too, right? They have an Expedition you could get, or get a Lincoln, a Navigator.
This pivots into my next subject again. Is we talked about this a long time. We get stupid reviews. We get a lot of great. We got that 4.6 rating or 7. But why do people get somebody put on a review? So if you're listening, Google me if you can. But I did. This is so funny. It said, "I don't like the owner," and I'm like, "Well, boy, what I do to you? I just want to know if you're out there that what I do." I mean, I sit in my corner.
I'll tell you, it was me.
It was. Yeah. It was. I mean, you. What if we have any reviews on Ronnie hats?
Not yet, but you might get one about the shipping.
Maybe you can do a review. I like Ron. I mean, I'm already hobbled enough, and I got this. Whoever it was,
you're gonna hear some customer service complaints on Ronnie hats.
Yeah.
I think.
Well, Ronnie hats. I mean, your company's done a great job, point A to point B, and then we had Megan, and we had John. We've had a lot of people with Ronnie hats. Now we have Chrissy, who hopefully.
Now you just need the hats.
Well, we have hats. We just have to be. We have hats. We actually rearranged my closet where I usually have all these shoes. I have all these Nike high tops, right?
Yeah.
Well, obviously, they're worth some money too, by the way. But I'm going to put them real nice, pile them up, and I'm going to remember until I start running again. And I'm going to put all my hats in that.
There you go.
And so we'll see. But Ronnie hats will make it someday. We're gonna sell some more hats. I mean, I think you're right. We should have done the dad hat, you know.
Yeah, but there's always next year, you know?
And the next holiday, what's the next holiday coming up?
4th of July.
Yeah. What are you doing for that?
We might be in Maine for that.
Oh, yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
That'd be great.
Or the beach.
I'm
yeah.
trying to figure out where to go, man. I got to get out of here. I don't know where to go. I just need a place to go. I was gonna go up to Winnipeg. My friend lives up there, and I don't know if you know this. I don't know what Winnipeg is, like where it's at.
For 4th of July? That's Canada.
Well, not for four, but close to that. But I didn't realize wherever he lives in Winnipeg. I got to ask Chad. We have a company that we own together, and he said it's only sunny. It's sunny only 18 hours, and it's dark 6 hours. So it's really hot in Canada where he's at. I was going to go there because it's cool, right? But it's not. It's just really hot up there. I'm surprised. But
yeah.
could you live in
This
that,
time-
like where it's 18 hours of sun and 6 hours of
I probably could. Yeah. I like the longer days. I
Yeah.
love in the summer when it's like dark. It's light until 9.
Just think you'd be golfing at 9 o'clock at
8:30.
night. Like you golf at 9 o'clock. It doesn't get dark till midnight. So you golf at,
You could start at 9.
Yeah, I kind of like that actually.
you golf.
Go
Yeah.
put the kids to sleep and then go
Yeah.
play golf.
But it's surprising.
That would be the struggle though, is getting the kids to sleep. No, it's still light outside. I'm like, yeah, just go to sleep.
But I thought Alaska, I guess anybody on that
Yeah.
parallel.
Alaska's
would-
one of those where it's like, isn't it light there for like certain times a year for 20 hours? Or
Yeah, but wonder if you're on the same latitude, I guess it would be, if it's the same thing around the world. Like we talk about
because
Alaska.
it's on an axis. Like the Earth is on an axis, so it's tilted. to the
Okay.
sun. So it wouldn't be straight spinning; it would be tilted
Okay, so
like that.
but it's still interesting. I was thinking Cole's better. I'm gonna drive up there. I'm gonna take a 12 hour. I was gonna take a 13-hour drive, stay over. And I thought about it. He does it right. I was like, you know what? I think I'm gonna do something crazy because Will did it. Will went from Montana to L.A. because he had to bring a car out, and I'm like, stay at a hotel, chill out.
How is Will doing right now? Because of L.A.
Well, it's just downtown L.A. I mean,
Is he all right?
yeah, but you know, I mean, I mean. I
Do
don't
you
know.
guys miss L.A. right now?
Not one bit.
Yeah, I mean, it's just the same people doing the same thing. I mean, if you don't have a job,
Professional riders.
if you don't have a job, you go down there and why not? Why get thrown in jail? I mean, who's going to do that really? Like,
Yeah, they said no work boot places are being broke into.
Oh,
I'm
it's shocked.
you know what? Politics is always hard to talk about, but that's a crazy deal. But
I did think about Will when I saw stuff in L.A. I didn't know if he's
no,
made
it just
to
happens to
Montana
want
yet.
to be like downtown Charlotte. Like it's not out here. You know.
Yeah, but it would still affect people in the outlying.
I think
area.
I think anybody and anywhere when they block the roads, even in Charlotte when they were doing that, 277, that's what happens there. You
Yeah,
know,
I mean,
that's
even
what-
if Charlotte was having a giant riot like that, I wouldn't be very happy up here with like traffic and now you got National
well,
Guard,
they
military coming
They
in.
blocked 277 here for that one time.
Yeah,
I mean, they blocked 277, and but if you don't know this, Mayor Giuliani, when he was the mayor of New York, he said you're not allowed to block a street because I want my grandmother to be able to go to the hospital, or anybody's grandmother, or anybody. So in New York, technically, but I'm sure that after he got out, but I thought that was pretty good. Say it in a different way, like you're not allowed to. You can't do it on the street because of the ambulances and the police services. So,
yep.
but I don't even tell you what I would do. But you ever watch The Purge?
Yeah, I've seen that.
Okay, just imagine that, because that's my leadership.
I think what you would probably your leadership. I think what you would do if someone blocked the road is what you did at the airport. Try to hit the person.
Just run them over.
Yeah.
Yeah, that wouldn't be a good idea.
No, you can't do that.
The problem is I don't know what I'd do when I go to jail. They don't have I wouldn't. What am I going to eat? Like
I think they give
Whatever
you
they give you.
Yeah, I think they give you like a banana.
you're like, oh way, I'd try to stay out of that place. And but I probably would be I'd probably be the bookie in there, the guy that got I'd figure
you
it
definitely
out.
would be. Yeah.
I would figure it
He'd
out.
be the president of the quad
You'd
there.
be all right. Yeah, you would.
Yeah, I'd
you
be
would.
calling Chris Scott from there and ask him to bring me some cash or something.
Yeah, you might not. You would probably love it there.
And it's always interesting because politics goes around and around. It's like the best thing you can do if you want to bitch is run for office. That's it. Like even Newsom, he's come from I think his family has money, or his wife's family. I don't know why you want to be tortured like that. I just don't understand why you want to go through that.
Yeah, I would never get into politics.
I mean, whether you like him or not, even Trump, why would you want to get tortured all the time? Or Biden.
Maybe you just want to save the world.
Or you want to make money. I guess, there's ways to make money.
That's true, too.
So,
yep.
Well, we're at 2:02, bud. It was a good little talk today.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we appreciate you listening. If you're listening on CW, thank you. If you're listening on Instagram, appreciate it. RonnieHats.com. Buy a hat. Red Rocks.
Father's Day.
Come
see me.
Do something really nice for your fathers out there.
Get
taking
a
them to
Red Rocks gift card.
Taking Red Rocks. Yeah, get a Red Rock. Or a Ronnie hat.
I don't know if we have the ability to sell
Promo
them
code.
yet.
Promo code.
Promo code.
Father's Day. All right.
Father's Day.
That's it. See you guys.
Ron, it's another fantastic evening at Red Rocks. I love coming to your restaurant. The friendly service, the atmosphere, this place has it all.
Well, we have something for everyone, Mike. We can have a steak, we can have pasta, we have seafood, we have a kids menu. We have everything you need.
Well, thanks, Ron. Really appreciate you.
Red Rocks Cafe, newly renovated. Your complete dining experience.
Hey, Austin.
Hey, guys. Mind if I sit with you?
Absolutely.
What should I do with this?
Put it over there by my two.